I'm 54 years old. I'm 6'1" when I'm fully assembled and weigh about 230 pounds. Today I'm going to talk about sweating, and changing the sweat patterns after having lower amputations. I actually checked with the doctor on this, asked a question about sweating, and he looked at me like I was stupid and said, well, yeah, of course your sweat patterns are going to change. Only person that's ever acknowledged such a thing to me as far as medical professionals. So I thought I'd give it a little bit of a review, give you guys a little bit of a heads up. Now I'm a double amputee. I've had this below the knee amputation done for almost 5 years now, I guess, and then this above the knee amputation was done a little bit less than a year ago. And one of the things that I've noticed is my sweating patterns have changed, and some of the reasons for that, of course, people sweat. The major sweating areas are under the arms, groin area, and your feet are the heavy sweating areas on people. And of course, us full-figured guys tend to sweat more anyway, just because we have more surface area. In addition, once you start putting prosthetics on, you've got this kind of a silicone or rubber type stuff that's going to be covering up a lot of the skin that you do have left. So the chances are it's still going to continue to sweat nearly or close to what you had before, but you're going to be sweating on what's left available. My understanding is that like where I was talking about with the rubber covered up things and under the prosthetics, that a lot of times your body can get accustomed and actually cut down the sweating in that area. Of course, if you've been out in the summer or you're very active, it's not going to cut down to zero. But there are plenty of things that you can do to help manage that, and I'm going to put one of those little flashy card things on here you can click on, and a fellow knows a lot more about controlling sweat, how to manage sweat than I do, and you can take a look at that. But I just wanted to warn you, losing 1 foot, 2 feet, parts of the legs, I have no idea what percentage of my body is no longer available for sweating, probably 15–20%, including 2 primary sweating areas, which are my feet, and that is going to shift to parts that are able to sweat at this point. So just something that you don't be surprised by if you see that happen. I've heard about people all of a sudden their faces just start sweating all the time, or their heads sweat all the time, or of course the heavy sweating, or just sweating more in general in ways that you wouldn't have expected. So hopefully you can nip that in the bud, take advantage of some of the other information out there about how to control or to manage the sweating.